what is actually the reason of inviting me? What is the major reason of inviting a politician in a program? Especially the Naga way of understanding inviting a chief case is how much the chief case is going to donate. If you are asking me to come and talk to you, I will come. But if you are asking me to come and grace the occasion with an amount of money to come and contribute, no, I am not the right person. When I reached, your gate was closed. So I could not enter. So I went up again, Keynote.
It's an honor to listen to words of wisdom from a distinguished personality. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have all been waiting for has finally arrived. We are privileged to have with us today our special guest, Shri Achumbemo Kikon. He was born in 1975. He did his primary education at GPS Mukokla village and middle school at Baptist English School, Lakoti. He later studied and matriculated at GHS Antipong. He graduated from Kohima Arts College and did his LLB from Kohima Law College under Nagaland University. He practiced law at Guwahati High Court, Kohima Bench. He also served as the Vice President of the Mokokla Students Union, Speaker of the All Nagaland College Students Union, ANSU, and Speaker of Naga Students Federation.
After which, he served as the President of the Naga Students Federation from 2003 to 2005. He joined active politics and contested in Nagaland State Assembly election from 40 Bandari Assembly constituency in 2008, 2013 and 2018, but lost by small margins. Despite of losing 3 consecutive elections in a row, he did not give up and again contested the State Assembly election in 2023 from the NPF ticket and won with a large margin of 3,589 votes. Presently, he is an MLA and Chairman, Subdivision Planning and Development Board, SDPDB Bandari, and Secretary General of the NPF. He is also appointed as the Chairperson of the Committee on Environment and Climate Change, Nagaland Legislative Assembly. Sir, you may now take the stage.
Program was supposed to be at 9:30, isn't it? I really hate myself going late to the program. I teach punctuality, and when teacher himself, herself is arriving late, that itself is a contradiction. So I normally don't go to the program late, but today what happened? You know, I come from Merima to Jakhama is almost, I don't know how many kilometers. Then there is a wrestling competition in the town. So as usual, Kohima traffic, you all know. So that has added a little bit to my delay. Then I was running, then the convoy, the army convoy was, all day. This is usually a very busy road. Then the third point was that when I reached, your gate was closed. So I could not enter. So I went up again, came out. So these 3 reasons have delayed our program by about 10-15 minutes. I'm really sorry for that. Well, I'm extremely grateful to the organizer for inviting me to this program. I think in the English dictionary, whether it is Oxford or Cambridge or Collins, whatever dictionary that you refer, there is no other deeper meaning than erudite as far as foreign intellectuals are concerned. So when I saw your invitation, my PS was showing me through the mobile. Some of your friends have communicated. By the way, he is also a product of this college. And my wife is also a product of this college. So my wife also encouraged me like anything that you must go once to my earlier college, to St. Joseph College. So I got a lot of inspiration from your alumni, including my wife. And therefore, I'm very thankful to all of you for inviting me. But I was telling friends who invites me, what is actually the reason of inviting me? In other words, since I am already a politician, what is the major reason of inviting a politician in a program, whether it is students program or any other organization's program? Well, I have been a politician from my student days, then a real full-time politician, now into the field. By the grace of God, the Almighty, with your prayer support, I am not elected member. So the whole idea of inviting as a guest, as a chief guest, or a special guest, whatever language that you prefer to use, is, especially the Naga way of understanding inviting as chief guest, is how much the chief guest is going to donate. So I want to do away with this one. So I keep warning our friends that if you are asking me to come and talk to you, I will come. But if you are asking me to come and grace the occasion with an amount of money to come and contribute, no, I am not the right person. I am not there for such program. So with the condition today that you will not give me anything, I will also not give you anything. But Father, your principal has already given me a lot of gift. Thank you for that. But that is the concept that I would like our young, upcoming students, we all are leaders now, to inherit, to practice, to understand, inviting our guests from that perspective. Well, our respected principal, the teaching faculty is here, the student friends. It's an honor for us, not only for me, but all of us, to be a part of such an important program. I'm told the principal was briefing me, you have lots of activities being taken up in the college. I'm afraid I speak a little, a little harsh, also a little bit of, village style English. So St. Joseph University, St. Joseph, your autonomous body, autonomous, it is a university, isn't it? A college. You impart a lot of disciplines, and apart from others, co-curricular activities like skilling the students. He was briefing me all of them. Quite a lot of interesting project being taken up by the students. This is the need of the hour. Academic, yes, without getting the degree first, of course, it is difficult to exhibit, to demonstrate what is actually in us, the inside us. And that's why you have chosen the word educate and liberate. If you reverse that sentence, it will be liberate and educate. So it will not be possible. But the word itself comes educate and liberate. Educate to liberate. I think educate to liberate. You have displayed my photo here. I look very young here, but I'm not that young now. So thank you for displaying young photo of mine. Well, I would like to have more of an interactive rather than delivering a speech like any other, usual politicians. I'm told the principal was telling me last year when I was speaking in the assembly, he took the political science students and attended the assembly. I don't know how many of you have heard my speech inside the house, but I'm a very vocal man, and today I'm going to tell you. And I would like to ask you, if you want, what kind of personality, what kind of character, what kind of, vision, those who possess what kind of vision, that kind of thing what do you want from your perspective a politician should be? I hope I'm elaborating myself clearly. Because the understanding of our society, especially the Naga people, is politicians should be someone who is very, very rich. Huh? That is the way we understand. That is the way we think. And that is the way we vote for. Not the St. Josephites, of course, the students. But that is how we choose our leader. I have spoken recently to Agri University in this Metsefema, then St. Joseph University, Dimapur, then B.Ed, Modern Institute of B.Ed Education at Kohima. So like that, whenever there is an intellectual gathering, I'm interested to be a part of such meeting, and for which today also I accepted your invitation, thinking and hoping that whatever little experience and knowledge and wisdom that I have will be shared amongst us, then we put into practice. Otherwise, if you only listen to me and they say that he has delivered a good speech, if you don't put into practice, it's of no use. I'll be wasting my time, and also wasting your time. So now, what is important is who decides your present, and who will decide your future, and who has decided your past. It was the politician. It is the politician, and it will the politician who will decide. Because that is the system of governance, whether it is a communist system, democratic system, capitalist, whatever system that you name it. It's all about the power is evolved in such a way that it goes into the hands of the politicians. So politician decides. Politician decides what academic course you must pursue, even your syllabus. Then, for a learned society like us, Erudite session feast festival that you are having today, what will be the takeaway of this conference, of this meeting? A politician who has a vision for all of us, who should decide that is good for all of us, for our future. It is time for our society that we take a call, we take a decision as and when election comes. At the moment, what we do is whoever spends a lot of money wins. Then, what do you expect? A good future. What do you expect? Good development. All of you are carrying mobile, some of you are still fiddling, and some of you will have even two. Forget about one. So whether you will keep playing in your mobile, or once you go, if there is a pothole, if there is no development, you will start criticizing them. Who? There's no one except the politician. You will only criticize the politician. But who produces? Who is responsible? Isn't not your vote who has made them elected? So therefore, I keep speaking this in all the students gathering, that from the next election onwards, now with the advent of this social media, the advancement of social media, people have already opened their eyes, they have already opened their ears, listening, seeing, and feeling with their hands and legs. So, if we all contribute, if we all transmit that no, nothing doing, we don't go for a candidate who spent a lot of money, who has a lot of money in his account. We go for a leader who will give us a good vision, who will give us a sense of direction for the future generation. Unless we decide like that, don't leave it to others. And I'm told this is a gathering of the postgraduates. Even by age, you all are mature persons now. Of course, many of you will be half of my age. I'm not very young as I look. But I don't drink, I don't smoke, that's why I look young. So, like many of your fathers here, they all look very young. So therefore, I think these are few things which I would like to convey to an learned society like the St. Joseph College Autonomous. There was a story. A politician died. That's why I don't want to be, actually, politicians' life is such that when you see us, instead of respecting, everyone has an opinion. An opinion which is very, very low. Not even the middle. Forget about high opinion. A very low opinion. I hope I have not reduced myself to that level at the moment. So a politician died. He is a very corrupted, a criminal politician, because politicians are in that framework only, that he is a corrupted, he is a criminal, he doesn't do good things, only harming others. So he has harmed almost everyone in that locality, in that town where he lived. So one day he died. The whole population living in that town, those people within that proximity, they gathered and they were following for his last rites, following the dead body to bury him decently, probably. So they were following him. One gentleman, passerby, came and he was shocked that how can a politician of this nature, who is a very corrupted, a criminal, how can the whole road of the population, the town living in this town, are following his coffin to the graveyard? So, out of curiosity, he asked one gentleman amongst the gathering that why you people are following this his coffin, his dead body. The whole town, there's no one. So, and this kind of crowd is deserved by someone who lives a respectable life. And this fellow has harmed almost everyone. This fellow is a corrupted man, a politician. How can you follow this to the graveyard, to a funeral rites? So that gentleman said, yes, you are absolutely right. But we all are following this dead body for his funeral rites to ensure that he is actually dead, not to give him respect. So this is the life of a politician. Even when you go, even if you when at the end of your completion of your journey on this earth, also people have such an opinion. Who is creating this kind of politicians? It is we. We are responsible. I've been talking this on all the occasions, that the moment we stop practicing money politics, influencing politics, then everything will be corrected in our society. If there is one thing that is correct, urgent requirement of correction is the way we understand our election, the way we approach our election, the way we participate in our election. Our Naga way of life is not like that. We choose leaders on consensus. But since we have adopted a modern system of, let us say, world Indian system of election, we have to go through a process of election. So therefore, unless educated lords like you change and also let our society change, we cannot expect good things from the politicians. And it will be a very sad story for all of us. Everything on earth is decided by the politicians. So therefore, this is one thing which I feel strongly in my heart, that it should be spoken to the young people, the educated people, so that we start transforming our society. You have given me a topic, educate to liberate. A very learned group of people like this, in front of this, what can I say? Even if I look here, there are people who know so many things. Even if I look this side, there are people who knows almost everything kind of gathering. It's just that we are reminding one another There is nothing that I know which you don't. We all know. But we don't put those things into practice. That's the only difference. Let us say, when you say, educate to liberate, our society today is the concept of getting a government job after acquiring your degree. Most of you have passed out your graduations. Now you are in your postgraduate studies. So even now, even after graduations, or while pursuing your post-graduations, or even after completing the post-graduations, many of you will start blaming your father and mother, your parents, that after giving you all the facilities to get degree, to get all the education that you require, that you deserve, that you wanted, you are still entrusting your parents to get a job for you. This is the problem with our society. You will start, after going out from this this college, you will start blaming your parents that my parents are not getting me a job. Is that the job of your parents? How do we do this? We are in that thinking level. We have not come out from that. So, is your education liberating you from that thought process, from that understanding? So if we, to get ourselves educated, to get all the degrees that you require, you have to liberate yourself from that thinking process first. In trusting, relying, depending on your parents to get you a job. I hope I'm making myself clear. Your parents have taken all the trouble to send you to this institution, to send you to a far-flung areas, to let you get what you require. So it is time, it is up. You must liberate yourself from that thinking process. That no, I cannot debate everything to my parents. It is my turn now to support them, to support the society. But if your concept, if your thinking is only revolving within the boundary of getting a government job, again, that is absolutely wrong. We must get out from that. We must liberate from that thinking also. And we also must tell our parents. Recently I was speaking at the Lota Officers Association conference that the parents themselves should start thinking that even if my sons, my daughters do a small farming, and if he can earn his livelihood, that itself should satisfy us. Of course, sky is the only limit if we are to talk of human greed. But none of us live a satisfactory life, the parents as well as the students, the children, unless you get a government job. So liberate yourself from that. It's only a thinking process, I'm telling you. You liberate yourself from that thinking process. I'll only revolve around the topic that you have given. Let us come back to the friendship. It's a conglomeration of Jakhama, Angabi, Lota, Mao, Pomai, Sema, quite a lot of, I guess, father, are a part of this college fraternity. If I asked you, many of you will say that who is your best friend? I'm sure many of your best friends will be not from your tribe. It will be from your other tribe. Some of the best friends that I have are not Lotas actually. Some of my best friends are other Naga tribes. So that also helps us to think beyond our tribal line, going beyond tribalism. So you have the best friends. Even if I asked you one by one, then your best friends will be from other tribes. And Nagas today, we are a prisoner of these tribal feelings, tribalisms. How do we liberate? It is education that will liberate you. Once you are educated, why should you think of within the small prism of your tribe? education will liberate you. You have to liberate yourself from that. And the simple example I am telling you, what I am telling you is, you are acting locally. Your thinking is global, but you are acting locally because your best friends are already here in this college, but from other tribe. Huh? So, you are liberating yourself from that small cocoon of thinking process of your tribe, your village, your range, your camp. So if you come out from that, then you are liberating, your education is liberating. These are the messages that I would like to convey to you, which will have a far-reaching positive impact for the growth and for the civilization of our people. And this college is one which has a lot of tribe, collection, conglomeration of tribes. And what more better opportunity than this? To think beyond your boundary, your tribe. So you have to liberate yourself. Now, let us come back to the culture. The culture that we have is, we define culture on language, dress, dance, folk songs, indigenous game. So many points defines culture, traditions. Yes, the dress that one tribe uses may not be the similar color, similar attire. The song, the folk song that is being sung by Angamis may not be like that of the Semas or like that of the Maus. But the culture of respecting one another, the culture of respecting our women, the culture of respecting our elders, these are a part of our culture. So there is similarity. Our appearance in terms of our attires, our traditional attires and dress may differ. But somewhere down the line, there is similarity. There is a kind of where we converge in terms of respecting what I've said, our elders, our women folk, our children. So if your education is not liberating you, then it is not the education that is wrong, but it is you, your mentality. Once you are educated, that should help you to liberate from all this. Not only liberating, enhancing that respect, that tradition, which is good for all of us. Let me come back to the environment. I have been made the chairperson of Assembly. There's a committee in the Assembly. Recently, the Honorable Speaker has appointed me the chairperson of the Climate and Environment and Climate Change in the Assembly Committee. Probably I was arguing a lot on the human-animal conflict, so he must have found something in me that I'm interested in this. Now let me come back there. How do we correlate our traditions, our culture, and the climate and environment that is disturbing all of us? An educated lots like this, what will be our contribution? Which way? If we are still thinking of what I said earlier about government job, it is not going to help us. To save the environment, to contribute something good for the climate change, it is your small employment, it is your small earning. How do you earn your livelihood? That will contribute. But if you are thinking of getting yourself absorbed straight to the system, which is many a times not conducive, not good for our people, then you will be a contributory a negative contributor of that climate change and environment. I don't want to go further because that's a very philosophical thing, so I hope you all understand. So, these are a few aspects which our society requires change. Today, we have come from mobile was not known in the 90s. After the 20th century, 2000 onwards, the mobile revolution. Now, all of us, without the mobile, it is so difficult for us to exist. It has become a necessity evil, let us say. Without that, we cannot. But don't you think we are also abusing too much? Many of the news that you will be receiving from your social media, from your Facebook, Instagram, I don't know how to use all this, WhatsApp, so many Twitter, X. Many of such news will be fake. But we are forced to believe. And you are the one, I am the one, we are the one to upload, to transmit as fast as possible the fake news. Most of the non-refined, unfiltered ones. So, you have to liberate yourself from that. How do we do that? I'm sure we have got a good library here. Students have to visit library instead of relying on your mobile. Especially Naga students. Many of us, we rely on that mobile, which I'm afraid we wouldn't be producing a real intellectuals in the long run, because it'll be only a half, shortcut knowledge, instant way of just replying to a query being asked to you. It is not, you have not sent any knowledge inside your brain. It's just to respond immediately, which will not sustain. So, I would like to encourage that we must go back to reading. If you only rely on your mobile, I'm not telling you it is not to use it. We are compelled to use it. But there should be a way to use it. And more problematic will be again the artificial intelligence, which you all agree. Artificial intelligence, now that is the era coming, which is going to, run the whole affairs. If you ask, what is there, Alexa, what is that, Meta, what it is there? He is going to trap everything and give you. Then what is your job? You have nothing to do. Because everything is embedded, it's already written there. So unless we are well equipped with knowledge, our education, our degree is not going to help ourselves, also our people. What is more dangerous about artificial intelligence again? Because we all tend to use in that social media. So, a photo of a very important leader will be, what is this called? Morph, and it will be placed in the mobile, it is circulated. Then the moment you send it to your friends, what is happening? Whereas those news are fake. But we are into that. So therefore, unless we do all this correction ourselves, unless we are properly educated, we will become a liability for our society, for our parents, for our village, for our community, instead of becoming an asset for our people. So on this occasion, I would like to impress upon that our people, the way we approach on issues, without knowing the real fact, by by simply looking at the WhatsApp message being sent to you, you would made up your mind and start making an opinion, building an opinion for that person, that community. Which is completely wrong. We have to go more into research, how this has originated, how this is going to impact our society because of this message. Then only you send it to your friends. You take a decision. These are few things which I would like to share among ourselves. I was telling the PhD students at Morton College that this year, New Year resolution, I have passed a resolution that I will keep a book in the washroom instead of taking my mobile in the washroom. A small decision taken, which you all must also take. So, I came across one joke by an African that if you go with your mobile, if you go to washroom without mobile, it takes only 1 minute, 2 minutes. But if you go with your mobile, it takes about 10-15 minutes. If you go with your mobile, with your charger, with your backup battery, in the washroom, it takes 45 minutes. So I think there are small things where we have to liberate ourselves. Our education should help us to liberate. And that decision lies with you, not with any others. I'm very happy to be a part of this program. I'm told the university has produced a lot of, a good number of officers. I have heard a lot of officers saying that I'm from the St. Joseph College. Then also, you give more importance on the students' activities, students' council. So that has also trained leadership from this college. I must congratulate the faculty, the authority here. And I would like to impress upon that as it is being put in place by the college authority of skilling, focusing more on skilling the degree students who are pursuing their degree here. That needs to be emphasized. And from now onwards, let us feel satisfied. Even if, yes, if you are good in writing, concentrate there. If you are good in speaking, concentrate there. If you are good in farming, do there. Concentrate there. Instead of focusing on getting government job, let us feel satisfied. Let your parents also feel satisfied. You also feel satisfied that whatever little thing that you do for your livelihood, for your earning, that itself is enough. Instead of being in that old-fashioned thought of, if I don't get government job, I am under pressure, stressed from the parents, and you yourself add to that. So who will do this? It is education which we have emphasized. This will liberate you. If you don't liberate your thinking process, then it is not helping you. It is not helping us. It is not helping the society. So with these few words, I would like to thank the organizer. I don't think I have spoken too long. I have many things to say, but I think whatever little things I say, if it is good for our people, if it is being handed over to the younger generation, if it is being transmitted in action, that is what matters. So I would like to thank again and again the organizers for inviting me and wishing you all the best. Thank you.